Hello, everyone. This is Rasa with a favor to ask before we start the show. If you love listening to You Must Know Everything as much as we love making it, please recommend it to a friend, family member, coworker, classmate, teacher, babysitter, anyone and everyone in your circle and beyond. Word of mouth recommendations like yours make the biggest difference. And one more thing. We now have a You Must Know Everything online store with amazing and exclusive t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs, including, of course, kid sizes. Please follow the store link on our website, youmustknoweverything.com, to check it out, show your support, and spread the love that way, too. Thanks so much, and on with the show.
Hello, Rasa.
Good morning, Dad.
How are you?
I am fantastic.
Well, this isn't about feelings. This is about facts. Are you ready to know everything?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. Today, I want to talk to you about destinations. Do you know what the word destination means?
Yeah, it means the place you want to go, your destination. Like if you're going on a car ride all the way from Montana to Disney World would be your destination.
Excellent. Now, I once had amazingly fortunate circumstances to have a fellowship, people giving me a little bit of money to travel for a year.
Cool.
I was not going to Disney World. I was not staying at fancy hotels. I had about $30, $40 a day, which sounds like a lot, but once you pay for the hotel, or in this case, the hostel and the food, you're walking around a lot. And how was I going to spend my time? And what I found was it was important to have a destination. It was important to get up in the morning and have a place that I was trying to go. So I didn't sit around all day going nowhere, or sit around wondering of all the hundreds and thousands and millions of places I might go, which one I was going to walk toward. I had to have some starting direction at least. And then you know what happened?
What?
Sometimes I ended up at my destination, and sometimes I didn't.
Why?
Well, the destination was important to get me out of bed. It was important to get me showered and dressed. It was important to get me on a bus or a train or walking through the city. But it wasn't an obligation. If I had a destination, that was the worst thing that could happen to me.
What?
It's not that it was bad. I just meant the worst thing that would happen is I'd get to my destination and do what the fun thing I thought would be there. But if something more fun, more interesting came up along the way, I could do that instead. I was still free, but having a destination gave me a path.
Oh, I see. Like if you were in Paris and you wanted to go to Eiffel Tower, but then you found out that there was a giant fair with a bunch of roller coasters and cotton candy and games right along the way, I could go there instead.
But you would never cross that fair, or the chocolate croissant cook-off, or the comic book swaparoo en route unless you were en route. The destination gives you the point B between whatever your point A is, and sure, you might hit a whole bunch of other stuff along the way and change your point B, but your point B is like a magnet. It sucks you out of the house. It sucks you out of your own head. It sucks you out of stasis and boredom and confusion and gets you going.
Wow, that makes so much sense and sounds like so much fun.
So here we are, spending a lot of our days without as much structure as usual.
Yep.
This week, you had one day of in-person school. And that still seemed like a miracle after the months of no school. So what do you do all day?
Well, I read, I do my homework, I play this game that's teaching me how to code, I read some more, I play with the cat, sometimes I'll play with my friends, I'll go on my hoverboard.
Those are some example destinations. And I think when you have intention and say, these are some of the destinations I want to hit today, record a podcast, learn to code, hoverboard. They get you out. Worst thing that happens to you then is you
get there. You hoverboard. You record a podcast. You code. Then maybe you play with your friends. Maybe you build a cardboard castle. Maybe you make a fort. Maybe you decide to draw.
You do your destination or something even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Then at the end of the day, we come back together. And maybe instead of saying, how was your day? We can say, where did you go?
Now that sounds like a good plan, whether we reach our destination or not.
Are you ready for today's poem?
Yes, I am.
It's from The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot.
The love song of what?
The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. That's the guy's name.
Whoa, what a name.
Are you ready for it?
Sure am. Hit me.
The yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes. The yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes. Licked its tongue into the corners of the evening. Lingered upon the pools that stand in drains. Let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys. Slipped by the terrace, made a sudden leap, and seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep.
Oh, I like that. Can I read it?
I'd love that.
From the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot. The yellow fog that runs its back upon the window panes. The yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes. Licked its tongues into the corners of the evening. Lingered upon the pools that stand in drains. Let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys. Slipped by the terrace and made a sudden leap. And seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep.
Well read.
Thank you. Same to you.
What is the time of year and what is the weather in this part of this poem?
Well, it's chilly with fog and mist in October, so near Halloween. But there's nothing happening. It's just a quiet October night.
I thought of this poem because I got up this morning. It was October, and the city was filled with fog, and smoke was coming out of people's chimneys. Seems like everyone has flicked their heaters back on for the winter, right?
Haha, yeah.
How does he make fog and smoke come alive?
With those words he uses. They're yellow, they're curling, they're drifting, they're resting.
I think it's even more animalistic than that. It rubs its back upon the window pane. It rubs its muzzle, which is the name for the face of a dog, on the window pane. It licks its tongue into the corners of the evening. What is he really comparing it to at this point?
A dog.
Yeah, a dog or a cat or some other animal for sure. It lingers upon the pools that stand in drains. It falls upon its back and then, yes, comes around. It chills out. It says, I guess there's not going to be a drag race tonight.
It curls up in the house, falls asleep.
Do you feel that weather is alive like that?
Yeah.
And then it gets worked up and then calms down?
I love the wind. I love feeling it in my hair, like it's running through it, like it's snuggling against me, then whipping away. And then it calms down. Maybe like a wild horse that was with you and then ran away.
Last segment of the show. Do you have a vexing question for me?
I most certainly do. My vexing question is from a listener named Beth Ann. Her vexing question is, in the refrain of the 1945 Johnny Mercer song, A accentuate the positive. The singer admonishes us to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In-Between. What's wrong with Mr. In-Between? And why must we not mess with him?
Wow, this is musical, silly, and yet somehow also deeply profound. I'm excited to tackle it. Thank you, Rasa, and thank you, Beth Ann.
Yes, and please tell me the answer. It's got me curious, too.
I'm back, and I've thought a bit about Beth Ann's vexing question, and I'm ready to share my thoughts.
Sounds good.
Do you know what accentuate means?
No, tell me.
It means put an accent on it, emphasize it, make the most of it. So accentuate the positive means put your attention
On the happy things, on the good things.
Eliminate the negative. What does that mean?
Well, eliminate means to destroy or to make it go away. So, I guess, don't think of the negative and help make it less there.
Latch onto the affirmative. What does affirmative mean?
Affirmative means it's right and it's checked.
Affirmative is another way of saying yes.
So latch onto the yeses. Yes, you can have that toy. Yes, you can have a sleepover.
You can do it.
Yay!
And then we get to her question. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. What do you think Mr. In-Between is?
What?
I think it's that wishy-washiness. It's not the negative. Okay, don't go down that dark road. It's not the positive. And yeah, let me build on that. It's the, I don't know, right. That in a way, that is the most dangerous part of all. We know not to go into deep, dark holes. We know to seek the light. But when we're trudging, all of a sudden that can be familiar to us. It's sort of, well, is it this? Is it that? I don't know.
Which is cuter, kittens or puppies?
Exactly. Don't be indecisive is what Johnny Mercer is singing. Don't get stuck in, I don't know how the world is. I can't proceed forward until I have all the right answers. Don't get lost in the in-between. Have that destination in mind and keep heading there. And if you see other positives, other affirmatives along the way, sure, hop off, grab onto them too, but don't get stuck thinking about how the world is. Get in there and engage with it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. In between suggests that you're not where you started and you're not where you want to go. But maybe there's a more positive way to think about it. Maybe in between is a real place, and it can even be a special place. So wherever you are, look for the positive, too.
You Must Know Everything is produced by me, Jeremy Smith, and her, Rasa Smith, with awesome music by Furniture. Learn more and submit your own vexing questions at our website, youmustknoweverything.com. Subscribe via Apple Podcasts, Android, Spotify, or however you like to listen, and hear dozens of previous episodes for free. Please rate, review, and share the show with friends. And please join us next time for everything you need to know.